So I know y'all see the caption. Man. You know what I'm talking about? Govan Hernandez Govan. You know what I'm talking about? Not guilty. Wow. Not guilty. Now, I ain't saying wow like I just wanted the nigga to go to jail. I ain't got a fight in this. This happened in another city. You know, don't know either parties involved. You know, we looking at it on the outside looking in. We looking at it as fans and people who enjoy music, people who fuck with the culture, people who fuck with the South, or just rap. Period. You know what I'm saying? Music. Period. We watching this, you know, as fans. We not in the city. We not in the cliques. We not around the homies. You know, unless you from Memphis and really around, you know what I'm saying? That's the people who got a dog in the fight. That's the people who standing on this side or they standing on that side. Those are the people that fuck with Yo Gotti and, you know, CMG, or you pick Young Dolph and PRE. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, you know, that's not associated, affiliated, you know, congregated with the parties involved, you know, we are watching as, you know, sort of fans of the game, of the industry, or the music, or the, you know, the individual, you know, so forth and so forth. So, of course, you got people that's fans of Yo Gotti, people that's fans of Young Dolph, people that's fans of CMG, people that's fans of PRE. You know what I'm talking about? And everybody choose sides. Now, you can just be a realist and just see shit for what it is. You take every detail from each side and, you know, you don't pick a side. You just state facts and, you know, shit like that. But for the most part, whichever way you slaying, you know, if you're not down there, you're not a part of those cliques, it ain't that serious to you. You might feel a certain way. You might feel like Dolph was you know, was set up. He was fucked over, you know, by Yo Gotti, CMG, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or you might not. You know what I'm saying? So you might feel like Dolph had it coming. I don't know what side you on, but I'm gonna break down what I choose to break down. You know, it's you know, it's a lot to unpack. But I got a lot to unpack from my point of view of it. Alright, so we're gonna start off like this. Alright. Everybody know, if you're from the hood, you from the streets, you in the streets, you in the hood, you in the community, the culture, we all know a motherfucker who did it, but went to court and got off. Or we know a motherfucker who did it, but they ain't in jail. They ain't going to jail. They ain't out on the street. So both of those situations right there, off the rip, we done seen this. You know what I'm saying? We done seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? We done seen this shit. So, it's not surprising. You know what I'm saying? It's not surprising to see somebody that you know, or you feel like you know, is guilty, but they go through the system, they take all the steps, final verdict, they beat it. So, let's just start right there. Don't be surprised. This shouldn't be a surprise. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? It just names. You know what I'm saying? The names. You know what I'm saying? Young Dolph, Yo Gotti. You know, PRE, CMG. That's what make it something. You know what I'm saying? We all know a motherfucker who done it. Went to jail, went to trial, beat it. Or just didn't go to jail, period. So, you know, mix all that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just, you know, act like we've been here before. You know what I'm talking about? Now, it is big news. It is big news. It is something that you know, it's kind of intriguing. It's kind of interesting. You know what I'm saying? For various reasons. Now, this guy wasn't the trigger man, trigger person. This guy wasn't on camera running up on Dolph in the car coming from the cut. You know, you seen both of the guys, you know, get down. It was blasted everywhere on the internet. Everybody seen young Dolph, you know, and his demise in real time. On video. On the internet. Everywhere. You know, we all seen it. You know what I'm saying? From different angles. From different angles. Now, Hernandez Govan wasn't one of those people that we saw on that camera. He was regarded as the quote-unquote mastermind. You know what I'm saying? Mastermind. He masterminded this. Now, this a kind of like it's really almost like some crash out shit. You know what I'm saying? It's really almost like some dummy shit. Cause let me start right here by saying, after saying he not the gunman, he the mastermind. Shit. Let's assume hypothetically. Let's say Gotti did put the word in Govan or Jook. Let's say Jook. We're gonna leave Gotti out of it. Let's say Jook did holler at Govan, be like, look, man, I got 100. Go on, handle that for me. Okay? Now he told Govan this. Not the shooters. You know, I'm just explaining what reported, hypothetically, you know, it's been reported. This is like the people's perception. You know what I'm saying? And they went to trial, all the details, all the confessions and all that shit. Okay, so we just going on hearsay. I'm not speaking like this, you know what I'm talking about. So let's just hypothetically say Jook did holler at Govan and say, I got 100, man, go handle that. You know what I'm saying? And Govan took that and ran with it. I bet. Let me go holler at some people. You know what I'm saying? Alright. So Govan, Hernandez Govan put it out there. This was on the table, 100. Go handle this for the 100. So boom. They just went and did the shit. They didn't holler at nobody. They didn't meet nobody. Like on some real life shit, like how the details are said. And how everything is, you know, this person said this person said that. This is in this paperwork. This is in this report. This is in this confession. Far as we concerned, the actual shooters did not holler at Jook or Govan. It was word on the street. It was hearsay, a phone call. But I know for a fact they didn't meet. Might have been on the phone, might have been through text. But the fact that they didn't personally meet the people that's finna put the bag in your hand and you went and done it anyway, that's some crash out shit. That's some crash out shit. Alright, so one of them was a junkie. From what's being told to us in, you know, statements, confessions, you know what I'm saying, proof, all that. One of them was a junkie, and then one of them did it to save his daughter, or feed his kid, feed his daughter. So I don't know if these was guys that's like that for real, but it didn't seem like it. It didn't seem like a junkie, a quote unquote junkie, or somebody that, you know, smoke, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And just a nigga talking about he want to feed his kid. I don't know if the nigga in the gang, I don't know if he, you know what I'm saying, he affiliated with anything. I don't know if he, you know, a real step or what. I don't, you know, but the archetype of those men it didn't match. It didn't match what, you know what I'm saying, what it's supposed to match. Like, you're supposed to got some real guys to do some shit like that. Some real official people. You know, not professionals, not professionals, but a real official people as far as, you know, in the street to do some shit like that. From my opinion, from what I see, that wasn't the case. LJ, what's up, big dog? I appreciate you watching. So from my understanding, that wasn't the case. They wasn't like that for real. You know what I'm saying? And probably the reason why they just jumped out there and did it. From what the evidence and the statements and you know what I'm saying? From what everybody, you know. Now, set aside from that, you know, set aside from it being like some real crash out shit. Shit, that's the way to do it. If a motherfucker gonna do something like that, shit, that's the way to do it. Put that shit out there, and then let some crash outs do it, and then you don't even pay. Don't even get paid. Niggas didn't even get paid. Some real official guys wouldn't have. I don't know if that would have went down like that. That's why it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't even get paid. Like, that don't even sound right. They only got $800 or some shit, something, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Or, you know, woo supposed to got. So, they really was some crash outs and they got sent out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gotti. If you know, or that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. If you gonna do it, this how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Put the word out, let the crash outs do it, and you don't even gotta come up off no bread. And you ain't even guilty. God damn. Alright. Now we're gonna keep it going, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see how Govan was not guilty in this. I don't. But we got something called the justice system. And it ain't about what you know, it's about it's about what you can prove. Now just cause I don't see how he wasn't guilty, don't mean I feel like he supposed to be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not picking a side in this, as far as, you know, the people involved. But like I said, on the outside looking in as a fan, and you looking at all the details and all of this shit, his name was brought up a lot of times. You know, he was the main character in this. Even when it first happened, and further proof might be of that. would be his daughter getting killed. His daughter got killed September 2022 in Houston. I might got the year wrong, but I know she died in September 2021, 2022. And I know she died in Houston. She was like a rapper or something, an inspiring rapper. So for his daughter to get murdered, that lets you know the streets knew something. Yeah, so Dolph died like that same year or the year before, you know, and but I think the same year, you know, and yeah, so they retaliated quick, boom. His daughter was one of the people they retaliated with, you know. So just knowing that they killed his daughter right after they killed Dolph, that should let you know that the streets believed it. Whether I believe it or you believe it, that's another thing. But the streets of Memphis believed, obviously, that he had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? That he had something to do with it. So let's take that at face value, because he a free, innocent man right now. So let's take it at face value just off of that right there. Alright. He did mastermind this shit. Let's just say. Alright. He went and got Jefferson, and I forgot the other gentleman's name, the other shooter. I know one of them named Jefferson. But he went and got both the shooters. You know what I'm saying? Either he talked to them, or I don't really know fully of, you know, the communication between the shooters and Govan, you know, and or Jook. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Jook. We'll get to him in a minute. But some kind of way, somehow, just something, those shooters was in some type of connection with Govan. They testified on them. You know what I'm saying? The shooters already went to trial, and they got found guilty. And of course they said that gentleman, Govan, who we talking about now, set it up. You know, they told him to do it. Hey, I'm going to get this amount of money, or, you know, and that's what made me go do it. I bet. So that led everybody to believe when Govan go to trial, like he just did, that he finna be guilty. You know what I'm saying? No. Not guilty, nigga. Not guilty, nigga. And the shooter one of the shooters testified, and the girlfriend testified. And some more people testified. But for some reason, it didn't stick. It didn't stick. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Got caught in some lies. You know, the defense really put the pressure on those guys. You know, maybe the prosecutors didn't prepare the witnesses, you know, that's gonna testify. Maybe they didn't prepare them. Maybe them folk were nervous. Maybe, you know, they got up there and just shook. Maybe they was on some lying shit. Who knows why they couldn't pinpoint verbally to the, you know, to the jury and all that shit, why this man should be guilty. You know, you got your facts mixed up, you got them wrong, something. You know what I'm saying? Obviously something. You know what I'm talking about? Now, I didn't see no way this man was gonna get a not guilty based off what I thought. right? What we all thought. You know what I'm saying? One thing I think about, and I think about a lot of shit in this case, because a lot of things don't kind of make, I ain't gonna say they don't make sense, but like how? You know what I'm talking about? Like how? Let's talk about this. The state. What the fuck going on with these states? What the fuck is going on with these states? All the states losing the cases. You know what I'm saying? It's like when the state pick up a case, they lose. They automatically lose. The states is looking bad. Boosie caught his gun charge. And he beat it in the state of California. He beat it. Feds came and picked it up. That's why he had to take the plea now. But he beat the state. Young Thug. Took him a couple years. Of course, you know, he had to fight it. And then the day you get a plea, some charges got dropped. A lot of the people in YSL that was a part of that, they took pleas and they free. One of the gentlemen went to trial, took him to trial. He beat it off the YSL case. I forgot. Was it Unfunk? Yak Gotti? One of them. Unfunk, Yak Gotti. Not sure. But one of them went to trial, took it to trial, beat it. He didn't take a plea. But majority of those guys, if not all, by the state of Georgia, they took pleas. Everybody home. Everybody home. You know what I'm saying? What else? What else can I think of? What else can I think of? Fuck, who just... Damn, I thought I had one more. But, you know, the state be losing cases like a motherfucker. DJ Gunner Hendrix, what's up, big dog? I appreciate you watching, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? The state be losing like a motherfucker. I want to say Dirk and Vaughn. That was a state case. Dirk got off. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, man. These states is just losing. This is another one. Hernandez Govan, state of Tennessee, lost. You know, damn. Now, I'm not saying niggas supposed to just go to jail, but what I am saying, this is what's happening. You know, all these rappers, all these prominent black men in the game or just in the industry, whatever, you know, they going to jail, but they going home. They going to trial. They going to trial. And they going home. You know, like, and it just be fuck ups. It be little bitty fuck ups. Like, if you pay attention to this case, man, it's almost like the prosecution, like they wanted him to fucking goddamn be not guilty. It's like they gave the defense the case. If you follow certain shit, if you follow certain people and get information, you know what I'm saying? Even if you listen to the case, you can listen to the whole case day by day. You know, I know people who done that. I watched a little bit of it, not a lot. You know, just certain little parts. But yeah. Niggas is beating the state, gang. Niggas is beating the state. So it's almost like they wanted to lose. It's almost like they, you know what I'm saying, they wanted to lose, gang. So what's the real agenda here? That man ain't go free for nothing. The state didn't let this man go free for nothing. You know, it's always an objective. It's always a motive. You know what I'm saying? The lawyer Govan had, don't know, not pocket watching how much he cost, but he gotta cost 6 figures. And I recall the lawyer telling the witnesses, the jury judge, that his defendant is broke. He doesn't have money. He don't make money like that. So how did he afford his lawyer? His lawyer was, you know, under oath in court on a trial, and he called his defendant, which is Hernandez Govan, he called him like broke. He called him, he doesn't have any money. You know what I'm saying? Well, how did he afford your motherfucking ass? You know, like, that shit that I be wondering. Big sis, what's up, love? You know what I'm saying? That's shit that I be wondering. You know what I'm saying? If you calling this man broke, how the fuck did he afford your ass? You know, that's something that somebody can peep. Not me. Anybody can peep that. You know what I'm saying? If they heard that. You know, but that's neither here or there. Or, you know, that's where the powers that be, you know, they show you their power. You know, this could be a total power play. You already know we get to it, sis. You know what I'm saying? You know, like this could have been like a total power play, man. From the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, people benefit from Govan being free. You know, it's a certain party, it's certain people that can benefit from Govan being free, not guilty. You know what I'm saying? How do young Dolph and his family feel? I'm sure they ain't feeling too good about this verdict. I'm quite sure they're not feeling too good about this verdict. I seen Key Glock make a tweet, and it said the state had failed us again. Long live young Dolph. That's them big politics, man. Big politics. You know, Jook died, my nigga. Jook died, my nigga. Just like King Von died. Just like T.I. cousin died. And the dead man got the blame. You know what I'm saying? The dead man got the blame. Now, would this case have been this case if Jook didn't die? Rest in peace to Jook. You know, did somebody know that Jook had to die in order for this ship to keep rolling? Could that been a situation? Could that been a thought? And if so, the only person that can do that is, you know, the man himself, Yo Gotti. You know what I'm talking about? So, a lot of shit makes sense, a lot of shit don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how Jook got killed at his mother's funeral, at his uncle's funeral. I don't see how. But this ain't for me to understand. I ain't in Memphis. I ain't a part of those cliques. Shit can be that deep. You know, they killed Govan daughter right after that shit. You know what I'm saying? So shit can be that deep. But some shit just ain't that deep. Some shit just right in your face, blatant as fuck. Blatant as fuck. And I just seen too much slippage from the state, man. Too much slippage from the state in the case. Too much. Way too much. Way too much. You know what I'm saying? We years and years, you know, away from, you know, this Dolph died in like 21, 22. We in 25. So this years of, you know, you recollecting, you know, you got time to get over it or get used to, you know what I'm saying, the situation at hand, and you still drop the ball like that. Like, when the man get on the stand and admit he's a junkie, then the defense can automatically put him as, we can't trust shit he talking about. He a junkie. And that's how the defense pretty much, you know, was able to cross-examine a lot of shit, cause it pretty much was him and that girlfriend who just got drilled. And that what made the case. A reasonable doubt. Boom, that'll get you not guilty. You know what I'm saying? That'll get you not guilty. A reasonable doubt. And you know, I saw an interview with one of the jurors, you know, they blanked out their face and, you know, blanked out their voice and shit. And he said that's what they said. You know, it was a reasonable doubt. It wasn't all the way convincing of like this was it. It was a lot of fuck ups in the prosecution. So, you know, shout out to the defense, I guess. You know what I'm talking about? But Govan not guilty, man. Is the feds gonna pick this shit up? This was a state case now. Is the feds gonna pick it up? You know what I'm saying? Did the feds rub elbows with the state like, look, let him, we gonna put him out there, you know, bait, you know what I mean? We gonna see if, and then we can get more than him. He can get us a big, you know, cause that's how they thinking. That's how they thinking. You know, state ain't thinking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Feds are going ahead and, you know, so will the feds come in and pick this case back up? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna give you one thing, well, another thing that I thought was funny, and how I felt like maybe the state was on that type of time. Yep. Have y'all ever heard of something called Proffer agreement? It's called Proffer agreement. All right, let me read that shit. Let me read it. For those of y'all that don't know. Because Govan, he took a proffer agreement. Yep. Yeah, Govan took a proffer agreement. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna read y'all the definition of proffer agreement. proffer agreement is a written contract between a federal prosecutor and a defendant or a person under criminal investigation, where the defendant agrees to provide the prosecutor with useful information that will not be used in the case. So, by the definition of what a proffer agreement is, Govan was allowed to tell the truth about the case to the prosecution, to the state, and the state didn't use it against him. Govan took a proffer agreement. This is one of the main things that I thought was funny about the case. You know, he was able to confess some shit to the state that was true, and the state didn't hold it against him. He was allowed to sweep that under the rug. And, you know, that's right there. It's like, God damn. You know, but it's shit like that that's out. You know, you just got to know the law. So, you know, based off Govan taking that proffer agreement, I don't know, man. I think there's some fishy shit going on. What was that information? We won't know. You know what I'm saying? But why didn't they use it against him? Why didn't they use it against him? Because they thinking in the way of, okay, boom, if we do this, we might can get something bigger. That's the only thing, that's the only thing, man. That's the only thing that I don't know. I'm not even saying that shit happened like that. But I know what a proffer agreement is. We all know what a proffer agreement is. He took a proffer agreement. Just like Big Meech. Big Meech was accused of taking the, he was accused of third party snitching. He didn't snitch. He had the Tammy girl snitch for him. He didn't work with the people. He had Tammy work for the firm. So that's what this is. Kind of, sort of. You know, in a lot of ways. In a big way here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what was that information that he got to say that didn't get put out and did get held against him? You know what I'm talking about? Could it have been a power play? Hey, look. I'm going to go and handle that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how Gotti can assure this man that he going to get off. But he can be like, okay, I got the lawyer for you. He can do that. Now, I ain't saying he did do that, but he can facilitate that. You know, he can't guarantee he was going to get off unless he just got power like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say nah. He can't guarantee or not guilty. But the arrangement could have been, I'm going to get this lawyer for you. And if you do get free, you're going to clear my motherfucking name. You're going to tell everybody ain't had shit to do with that. I can see that happening. I can see that as a play. I can see that. Lawyer said he was broke. He don't got no money. So I can see that. How he got not guilty, you know, it's the justice system. It ain't about what you did, it's what you can prove. Now, I was already saying somebody could benefit from him not going to jail, and that's Joe Gotti. He the only one that can clear his name. Without Govan getting free and getting on platforms, saying what he's saying, you know what I'm saying? Gotti benefit from that. Hell yeah, he benefit from that. Whole lot of speculation about Big Jook. Damn, man. I think that solidified a lot of things when Jook died. You know, it broke up the connection for the case. It threw a monkey wrench in the case when Jook died. Point blank, period. You know, we got somebody who quote unquote was heavily involved. Now he gone. So, you know, dead men can't talk. So Jook couldn't snitch. He couldn't say this. He couldn't say that. We couldn't refer. We couldn't, you know. Did that allow your Gotti to sleep at night? Did that allow your Gotti to cry at night? Was that damn, I lost my brother, or was that damn like, okay, this might help me dodge a bullet? Who really knows? Everybody is saying it. You know, everybody said, hey, this could have been a sacrifice. Gotti getting up there, he doing his thing, you know, this the sacrifice. Or this the sacrifice for the case. So Gotti don't go to jail. You know, these are all scenarios of speculation. You know what I'm saying? All speculation of scenarios that can play out, but okay, this one played out. You know what I'm saying? This one played out. So, it's a, you know, the system we know is corrupt. We know shit, you can be bought, you know, or you can be tried. You can be, you know what I'm saying, you can be the one put in a blender. You know, somebody owes somebody a favor, so now it's your time to, you know, it's your time to get, you know what I'm saying, get put in that blender. You know, so we don't know how this shit go. Shit, man. Can he go to Memphis? I don't think he can live in Memphis. I don't think he can go back to Memphis and just chill or show his face. No shit like that. Could he be the Fed? He did a prosper agreement. So we don't know what the agreement is. Well, we don't know the totality of the agreement. But that can be one of them. Alright, we're going to put you out here so you can bring us something back. You know, all of these things, you know, you just put them in a pot, mix that shit, and then, you know, you come out with what you come out with. Congrats on the not guilty. You know, even Angela Simmons leaving Gotti got me thinking about shit. You know, what the fuck do she know? She said she didn't even want to go, but it's the best decision to make. So what the fuck does that mean? And the case is going, and like, so it's shit around, and if you just pay attention, it's sketchy. It's a reason. You know, it's a reason for something. So, you know, that's my take on Govan. You know, how and why and what. Are they gonna try to get him? Shit, I think he being surveillanced by the feds. So if you get him, you going down. You know, that's what I think. I could be wrong as fuck. It's a possibility. He could be a free, you know, not attached to anything. He's just, you know, not guilty. You know, but the way he moving, and soon as you get out, you hit the media, you do a media run. Nah, that ain't. Nah. I don't think it's supposed to go like that. But y'all tell me what y'all think, man. That's my take. And then we see how this shit plays.